I'm on a bicycle and I'm in Phuket and I'm going to a racetrack. Those three things don't usually align for me. In fact, this race in Phuket, which takes place once a year, which I'll get to in a bit, it's the only time I've ever cycled to a racetrack. And it's a free bike from the hotel, which is like about 1 kilometer from the track, so I might as well ride on it. The bicycle is pretty feminine looking. I certainly don't look cool. It's got no gears, it's got big handlebars that stick right up, and the seat is really low. It's been fitted for a Thai person. So I'm kind of struggling to push the power down and wobbling all over the place because that layout really isn't good for my sense of balance. So anyway, I'm heading for a racetrack, and this is Toyota Motorsport in Phuket. And they have a race here once a year. I think it's been going about 10 or 12 years now. I've been coming for quite a number of years. It's my only weekend of the year in Phuket. This time I'm in first thing Saturday morning. It's kind of a little bit of a short trip, but it's still cool to come here. It's a cool race. It's a nice atmosphere, and Toyota bring their races out to the people. They bring them to the urban areas. So it's more than just a race. It's something that people can go out, they can enjoy, they can have a day out. They put activities on apart from the racing. They bring in celebrities, actors, actresses. So it kind of becomes a whole thing that people can go out, immerse themselves in a real brand experience. And really, no stone is left unturned. You walk through the gates, you've just got Toyota in every direction. You've got the One Make series, which comes as a race, which are very stock showroom cars. So people can really identify those are the cars you go out, you buy. Anyway, you start with that, then you've got modified and customized cars, loads of them. Absolutely dozens and dozens, so people can connect with the scene. The Thai people love there so much. And then you've got all the show elements, you've got activities, you've got fun things, you've got things for kids. A lot to do, because really this is one thing in the motorsport bubble. People don't realise that you come for racing. Not everyone wants to see that. So you've really got to put a show to get people to come and spend the day in your place. And of course the end, the highlight really is a drift show. Now if you want to pull Thai people into a racetrack or any event, if you put drift on, you're going to pull Thai people in. They love that completely. It really just absolutely ticks every box. So they put the drift show on, all Toyota branded cars. Then as well as that, they bring in the supercars. So you've got those, you've got Natterwood, you've got Nattapong, you've got the big star driver names, the champions, the Thai people really connect with and really recognise. So you've kind of got a whole joined up show here. You've got a whole brand experience for people, and people love it. They bring it to Chiang Mai, they bring it to Phuket, they bring it into the Bang Sen Festival. It used to go to a few more other places with temporary tracks like Karat, like Rajamangala Stadium in Bangkok, but that's kind of stopped in recent years, and they've really focused down to two temporary tracks, Phuket and Chiang Mai in the north and in the south, and of course the Bang Sen street circuit as well, which is a much more sophisticated FAA recognised track. This one in Phuket, it's in a park. It's a temporary track. The lap time is just on a minute, just slightly over for these cars. And you can walk around it pretty quick. When I'm shooting it, I can do the infield within a couple of sessions. I can do the outfield within a couple of sessions. And the sessions are pretty short here, they're 15-20 minutes. The race is the same. So you can get round it, you can see everything, you can see the racing. They throw up grandstands, but really all around the track you can get a good view. Then once you've watched the racing, you can hit the activity zone. So it's a cool initiative by Toyota. Good work by them always to put this on, and it's nice to come down to Phuket. And I think also because racing really is kind of focused around Bangkok, where you've got like Pathum Thani Speedway, and then really in the corridor down to Pattaya with Pira Circuit, and then you go across to the east, with Buriram, with Chang International Circuit. So by bringing their racing down to Phuket and north to Chiang Mai, Toyota are really bringing motorsport out to a much wider audience, connecting people up with motorsport during an event that they'll enjoy being at. So that's something that's really cool about it. Toyota really doing a good job to get motorsport out there, and as well as obviously promoting their brand, giving that experience for customers, hauling customers in, because of course they have the sales staff, they have the new model range sitting there right next door to the race cars on display. So you kind of look at those really cool GT3 race cars. Then next to it's the production version, and you have that win on Sunday, sell on Monday whole type of scenario going on. So Toyota doing a great job really to get motorsport out to the wider people in this country. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm just kind of show you around what's going on, what's happening. It's a very sunny day. I'm squinting like crazy. So I'm going to just show you really, break down the categories, because you've got 3 categories normally in racing. This year you've got 4 because they're kind of having a transition between the Vios and the Yaris. They built a new generation of Yaris. Well, it's not a new generation, it's actually quite an old generation. It's about a decade old, but they decided to drop it into racing, so clearly they're going to keep this generation on sale for a while, a few more years more. So they built this new generation of Yaris Racecar. It started this year. This is the second round. The first round was at Bang Sen. So you can see a little bit one of my videos there wrapping up Bang Sen. I talk about the arrival of the Yaris, so I'll drop a link in the description below and you can have a look and see the debut of the Yaris in Bang Sen. Now the Yaris is here, and it's the entry level, the step that you use to get into motorsport. Then you've got the Vios Lady. Last year you had 2 Vios classes, one for everyone, one for lady drivers. They've dropped the everyone one and pushed people across to the Yaris. The Vios Ladies still exist. Usually they have a lot of celebrities, a lot of VIPs, actors, actresses, people who are quite famous. But this year it's quite quiet. There's only about 7 or 8 cars. So really, in fact, it's all quite quiet apart from the Yaris. And the Yaris build has been oversubscribed. There's about 25 cars on the grid, which is quite an impressive number to have for a first year build. Then you've got the Hilux, which gives people a foothold in the truck world, because trucks are really, really popular here. It counts for 50% of the market pretty much. So people really want to hear and see trucks racing, because it's an exciting sound. People want to get into truck racing. People will buy trucks as well. Customers will go out and buy them. Half Toyota's customer base is going to be buying a Hilux basically, so they need to get them on track, get them looking cool, because again, if you drive around Thailand, every truck is modified, every truck has racing stickers on it, so you get a feel that people really have a passion for trucks, have a passion for the power, dynamics and the performance of trucks. And then the top of the pyramid you have the Altis, which is quite a decent race car. They built it a couple of years ago. They just did 1 build run, so there's only about 15. So again, like I say, the Yaris is the only big class this year, but the Altis, the new generation one, or the current generation one, well, I've got some pretty big holes in the road here, so I'm going to look a bit rocky here now. The new generation Altis, it's got a sequential box, so you're really starting to get that racing experience. And once you've gone up through the Toyota pyramid, once you climb right up and you get up to the Altis, you're basically ready to go racing. You can go into like production cars or touring cars in Thailand Super Series or in Super Turbo, those sort of series. Hello! So you've got really a pyramid that's joined together, that's locked together, and gives people a really good experience, so, and really prepares them for motorsport. So that's it basically. Just going to whiz around, try and get you a bit of the atmosphere, and I want to show you the modified car zone, because that's really impressive. You're talking around about 50-60 cars all packed into one arena. You've got all sorts of modification, air suspension, body kits, detailed interiors, people run nitrous, people running big engines, you name it. They've got it in a Toyota activity zone in the big car display. So going to run you right through all of that, get you a good feel for what this event's like, because to be honest I don't have a huge amount to do with this race anyway. B-Quik, we've got 3 cars, we've got 2 in Yaris, 1 Altis, and there's not a lot of track time, so I've got a bit of spare time. So anyway, I'm going to have a whiz round. Hope you stay connected. Hope you could hear a thing I'm saying here as well, because I'm very low prepared this weekend. I'm just using GoPro with Media Mod, so sound isn't going to be great, but hopefully you get the atmosphere and you get a feel for the vibe here.
ยังไม่5 นาทียังเลยครับถ้ายังตอนนี้ยังอยู่บริเวณปิดสตาร์ทได้นะครับกล้องอยู่ที่กล้องทำโรตี มาครับ
Hi everybody, now we are at Phuket with the Toyota Gazoo Racing Motorsport.
สวัสดีค่ะ ชื่อมะนาวนะคะ จากโตโยต้ากาซูค่ะ
ใช่ครับนี่คือทีมงานจริงนะครับใช่ครับนี่คือทีมงาน
ขอราคาได้เลย นอกจากตัวไฮไลท์ตัวนี้แล้วด้านหลังนะคะพี่
ก็จะมีเป็นน้อง5ส่วนประมาณ9ไม่ได้หลังให้เราเลยวิ่งครับเราครับ
The surface is like more easy and then Bangsen is like more short and its lap is like only 1 minute, so like we race around 20 laps. It's very hard to manage our tires, but yeah, we aim to do something 50, 50, very great for me.
ก้าวบอยไทยครับ
กาซูเลสซิ่ง
RG46 ครับตั้งแต่จากชายนี่กำลังลำมวยโอ้โหมีดึงกลมดึงเกียร์โอ้โหรายการมากกำลังทดสอบ
เก็บได้เลยค่ะ วันนี้วันสุดท้ายแล้วมันแน่นอน
มาเชียร์
ค่ะ
เพิ่มไป1 คนนะใครฮะ
Good morning.
Hello.
So today I didn't do so well in the race, which is a shame because I qualified second and started from the second row. But unfortunately I had a bad start and then was hit from behind during the race. But I really enjoy this track. It's really challenging because there's so few corners, and because there's so few corners, there's very few places where you can find improvement to your time. And there's limited track time, which means you have to adapt quickly.
私たち横浜タイヤはワンメイクレースにタイヤを供給しています。そしてイベント広場では、ブースあってタイヤ販売しております。よろしくお願いします。
นักแข่งนะนักแข่งยังไม่ได้อยู่ในรถนะครับนัทอิ่มจิตปัญญาครับโยโกะและน้อง
นี่ต่อตาก็มีลูกเล่นด้านในนะนี่มีสีเทานะครับ
ของผู้ชายได้แค่แบนๆก็ได้ด้วยเนาะแล้วก็มีพวกเสื้อต่างๆด้วยนะคะ
ไปด้วยมันเหมือนตั้งใจครับ68 ใบวุ้นปักโขดฝาก
Great race in Phuket Toyota Gazoo Racing Team
น้ำหนักเอาด้วยอันเนี้ยเขาเรียกว่าแบบพรีเมียมมากๆนะคะแล้วก็ยังมีอื่นๆอีกเยอะแยะมากมายเลยนี่โคนส่วนลด 25% เฉพาะงานนี้เท่านั้น
เย้ ไม่ใช่ของเบิ้มของทิปมาทิฟฟี่
คือต้องบอกเลยว่าชุดแต่งเขาเนี่ยพอใส่เสร็จปุ๊บเนี่ยจะรู้สึกเลยว่ารถมีความพรีเมียมมากขึ้น
นี่แล้ววันนี้นะคะใครที่เป็น